Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining today. We shall start the session now. Jayalakshmi would be the master of ceremony for this webinar. Kindly proceed, Jayalakshmi.
Okay, ma'am. A very good evening to everyone joining us today. On behalf of Team MAKAL, I am Jayalakshmi, and it gives me immense pleasure to warmly welcome all the participants who have taken time out of their day to be with us for this meaningful session. I would like to extend a warm welcome to the faculties and students of Center of Human Studies and Department of Social Science from Benedito College, Madurai. We extend a special welcome to our esteemed resource person, Dr. Jyoti Munde, along with our founder, Mr. Senthil Kumar, MAKAL core leaders, steering committee members, faculty members, students, and all our enthusiastic participants. As we have collected on Republic Day, it is necessary for us to know about the fundamentals of our Constitution, and this day is commemorated for bringing those regulations to us to lead a peaceful and secure life in our country. It celebrates national pride, democratic values, and the country's progress, showcasing its cultural diversity and achievements. To begin this section on a positive and mindful note, let us invoke blessing through a brief prayer song.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை கெழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் மதனமென திகழ்பரத கண்டமிதில் எக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை முதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே வாழ்த்துதுமே.
Thank you, sir. MAKAL is actively involved in diverse initiatives focused on empowerment, leadership, and inclusive learning. To give everyone a clearer understanding of MAKAL's vision, mission, and ongoing initiatives, I now invite Ms. Gannika to present a brief introduction about MAKAL.
Good evening, all. Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, Gannika.
Yes. The Maverick Abdul Kalam Association for Leaders is a registered society under the Tamil Nadu Societies Registration Act 1975, and true to our belief that education and knowledge are the foundations for lasting change. We are a vibrant team of young professionals dedicated to ignite social awareness and civic responsibility among today's youth, guided by the vision of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sir, the former President of India, and a timeless inspiration for youth empowerment. We strive to shape future leaders by nurturing talent, building resilience, and fostering purposeful learning. Our vision is to transform society through the powerful minds of youngsters, and our mission is to nurture young brains with uncompromising discipline, education, and knowledge, the true agents of change. I would like to jot down the initiatives of MAKAL. This webinar is one among the 18 activities we are currently conducting, and through initiatives like Word of the Day, MAKAL Comments, and the MAKAL Communicative English course, we are building confident English speaking students and professionals. We also post MAKAL tidbits, History the Mystery, News of the Day, Brainstorming India, and Quiz of the Week, all of which strengthen the knowledge and awareness among students. Our audio podcast, Read and Lead, was launched to inculcate reading habits among young minds, while Makkal Mahima helps students learn Hindi, Makkal Fit promotes health and fitness, Makkal Jobs creates and shares job opportunities. Makkal Talents uplifts artistic and creative individuals. Our online webinars, Walk the Talk and Know How, where we bring in field experts to share insights on general and core technical topics. And under Makkal Women Talk, we invite inspiring women speakers to empower women. These are the few achievements of Makkal. Makkal Fest is celebrated every year on Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sir's birthday to bring out the talents and creativity of various age groups. And on the same day, sapling plantation drives are carried out with enthusiastic public support. A significant achievement of Makkal is the publication of the pocket statute on August 15, 2021, containing basic and important laws, approved by government officials and circulated among the public for awareness. In 2020, we also planted 100 saplings in Malumuchambatti village, Coimbatore, in the presence of the Panchayat President, ward councillors, and the public. Another plantation drive was conducted in 2023 at Kalapatti Government School, presided over by the Inspector of the Cybercrime Branch, Coimbatore, who also created awareness on drug addiction. Makkal has received the Best Social Service the Sigaram Awards, Chennai, and our active volunteers were honored this. In 2025, on the 10th Remembrance Day of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sir, we organized a sapling plantation drive in association with KPR Institute of Engineering and Technology and conducted awareness program on students about environmental social governance and impactful environmental action, and our talented team performed a thought-provoking skit event. Last year, Makkal Fest was a nationwide success with 1,200 plus participants from all over India. The fest was a milestone by special collaborations with SRM College of Engineering and Technology, Madurai, and Lady Dog College, Madurai. We had conducted Luminova 2025, a paper presentation contest with SRM Madurai campus, which was a great success to us, but also the first ever presentation fest at SRM Madurai. Furthermore, this was the first collaboration between an NGO and the institution. We conducted a photography and short film making contest in association with Lady Dog College, Madurai. Last but not the least, Makkal has visited multiple colleges and conducted seminars to motivate students and enhance their skills. Thrives to work towards a greener future, just like our leader envisioned. Thank you for the opportunity to present an incredible initiatives of Makkal.
Thank you, Ms. Gannika, for the clear and insightful overview of MAKAL and its initiatives. Moving ahead, it's my it's now my pleasure to invite Ms. Afreen to formally introduce today's distinguished resource person.
Good evening, everyone. It's our privilege today to welcome Dr. Jyoti Munde, a dynamic academician, legal expert, researcher, and certified post trainer and consultant with over 17 years of rich and diverse experience spanning higher education, law, research, and organizational development. Dr. Jyoti has held important academic leadership roles, including associate professor, head of department, and an in charge director, where she has actively contributed to strengthening academic standards, nurturing research culture, and building institutions in the field of management education. Her areas of expertise include human resource management, labor laws, business law, research methodology, and cross culture HRM, and she has mentored numerous postgraduate research and industry projects with a strong focus on real world application and career readiness. Beyond academics, Dr. Jyoti is widely respected for her work as a certified post trainer and consultant. She collaborates closely with corporates and educational institutions, providing complete post compliance support from policy drafting and internal committee formation to training and advisory services. More than 1,000 participants have benefited from her engaging and practical post awareness and capacity building programs. She is empaneled with the Ministry of Women and Child Development, Government of India, and is associated with Sagyog Foundation as a resource person, contributing actively to legal literacy, gender sensitivity, community empowerment, and post awareness initiatives. With her strong commitment to ethics, professionalism, and social responsibility, Dr. Jyoti continues to make a meaningful impact by creating safer workplaces and promoting legal awareness through her education and action. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to our chief guest, Dr. Jyoti Munde.
Thank you, Afreen, for the warm and informative introduction. Without further delay, I now hand over the session to our respected resource person, Dr. Jyoti Munde, to guide us through today's important and insightful topic, respect, consent, and compliance, POSH Act Simplified. Over to you, ma'am.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, ma'am.
Voice is clear.
Yes, ma'am. Perfect.
Thank you. Just tell me whether screen is visible or not.
Okay.
Ma'am, have you started sharing your screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay, I think I am unable to see anything, so maybe
Just give me 1 minute. Yeah.
yeah, sure.
Is it visible?
I think it's loading. Yeah, it's visible now.
Yes. First of all, I would like to thank MAKAL Association and Lady Doc College for inviting me to discuss on very crucial topic as well as sensitive topic, prevention of sexual harassment. I'm going to speak on not the POSH Act 2013, but with reference to Prevention of Sexual Harassment, UGC Regulations 2015. Because I think here are the students of Lady Doc College, Madurai. Am I right? So from students' perspective, we will have discussion. My request to you is at the end of the session, you can ask me your queries and doubts. And whenever I ask you for any opinion or response, just share your opinion or response in the chat box. So shall we start with the discussion? Screen whole slide is visible to you?
Yes, ma'am. Slide is visible and we can start. We have received a response from people in the chat.
Yeah. So see, this is first, it is very important to understand how this act came into existence and what was the story behind it. Even to understand something, how the UGC regulations also came into existence. So first we'll have this objective of this session, what the students going to learn out of this session. So just give me 1 second. Yeah. So the whole slide is visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes. So first, it is important to know about what students or you are going to learn out of this session. So this session is basically to understand, this is organized by the MAKAL Association as well as the for related of college students. And what I'm going to share is here, the students going to understand what constitutes sexual harassment meaning as well as what constitutes the sexual harassment. Even here, students going to learn about their rights, responsibilities, protection, which is given under the law, as well as what do you mean by this term ICC, how it works, what are their functions and roles. Even the students as well as the participants going to gain the confidence to identify this sexual harassment as well as how to prevent it and what type of act or the behavior is inappropriate. Lastly, this obviously going to create, this session is going to create the awareness, that is to build the safe and respectful as well as the inclusive campus environment or any workplace. So we'll have just the look on the recap or like the short story behind the enactment of this Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act 2013. And how this UGC Regulations 2015 came into existence. So before that, Vishakha guidelines were issued by the Supreme Court of India in 1997. So there was one incident happened in the year 1992, and this is the story of the one social worker named Banwari Devi. She was working in the interest of protecting as well as the stopping the girl child as well as their marriages in the Bateri village of Rajasthan. So at the time of conducting her duties, she came across this sexual harassment. And what was the story here? During that particular day, when she was involved in this particular stopping the child marriage, that is of girl of 1 year old of Gurjar Thakur family of that particular village, the particular members of that family, they denied this particular, whatever being the social worker was convincing them to stop that particular marriage. And the lastly, the what is the result? The next in upcoming days, the next 2-3 days, what happened is the Thakur or the Gurjar family members brutally raped that Banwari Devi. That is the another story. She lost the her case in district court as well as the high court. And due to that particular this particular situation, when the justice was denied to Banwari Devi, various organizations as well as NGOs, they come forward, and the Vishakha named NGO, they have filed this PIL in the Supreme Court of India to give the protection to the women workers at workplace. And this is how we have received this Vishakha guidelines, which was issued by the Supreme Court of India which mandates the this constitution of ICC to receive this sexual harassment complaints from the women and to protect the women at workplace from such particular incidents. So this case is the clear-cut violation of this Banwari Devi, as well as not only the Banwari Devi, it is the violation of this equality of law, the protection which is given under the Constitution of India, Article 14, even there is the prohibition, even the discrimination on the basis of gender under 15, as well as the 19 and 21, that is the to live the life with dignity, as well as the freedom of speech and expression, which is given to everyone, as well as the Banwari Devi, how she lost that particular case. And due to that, this particular Vishaka guidelines we have received in the year 1997, first time to protect this interest of the woman at workplace and to even to resolve such particular sexual harassment complaints. So this particular case as well as guidelines form the base for enactment of this particular Prevention of Sexual Harassment, Prevention as well as Prohibition and Redressal of Women at Workplace Act 2013. So this act is basically it aims at, or it has the objective mainly to prevent the sexual harassment of women at workplace, as well as to protect the dignity, even to ensure a safe as well as respectful environment for every woman. Even there was no any for previously mechanism was available at workplace, any organization, company, industry, or educational institute to deal with such particular complaints. So first time we have received this, we got this particular POSH Act in the year 2013 to deal with such complaints, and we got this legal mechanism. Even this act aims at to promote the accountability and responsibility among employers. This is very important. So previously there was no mechanism, no platform to raise such particular complaints, as well as there was no binding on the employers as well as the owners of any particular organization. So this is the short story behind the enactment. So it is important to know this act aims at, already we have seen the objective and aim. It is important to understand how any particular act which was enacted by government or parliament, to which particular, what is the jurisdiction, extension, and to whom it is applicable. So this POSH Act extends to whole of India, and it came into force from the 9 December 2013. So this you have to take into consideration. So this applicability is all over the India, and it is applicable to each and every organization and workplace. Now we have to, I would like to discuss somewhat about this UGC regulation. We have seen how this POSH Act came into existence. Now the UGC regulations for them afterwards came into existence in the year 2015. And these regulations mainly aim to prevent and prohibit the sexual harassment in higher educational institutions. So here there is slight difference in the provisions of UGC Act regulations and POSH Act 2013. So the aim or the objective is the same, that is to prevent and prohibit the sexual harassment in higher educational institutions and safeguard every student, woman, here, all staff members, teachers on campus, as well as the formation of ICC is also mandated. Ensure the awareness, sensitization, and gender equality. And even to the objective behind these regulations is the provide transparent, fair redressal system. So previously it was not there. So this particular regulations came into existence in aligned with the POSH Act 2013. So we will discuss the one by one regulations or the important part of this UGC Act and why this is, we are discussing specifically on the UGC regulations here, because the participants are the students or staff members of this particular college. So they should have this knowledge of what the objective of this particular regulations, what is the mechanism which is constituted or given under these regulations, UGC regulations, what are the rights of the students, how the complaint should be made by the complainant, what is the legal mechanism available for inquiry procedure, how the ICC should be formed, what is the role of the IC committee, how many members works in the IC, as well as even the what acts or what type of act or behavior constitutes sexual harassment, and lastly the how the justice is imparted and the punishment which is given under the UGC regulations. So here it is clear from the UGC POSH regulations, it is made clear that the sexual harassment is gender neutral. Every higher education institution must take action against the gender-based violence and harassment of the students and employees of all genders, women, men, and third gender. This is the actually difference you will find in POSH Act and the UGC regulations. So this act is, or the regulations of UGC are gender neutral. Any student, any woman staff member, or any other particular person who faced that particular incident, or who faced that particular sexual harassment, can raise this complaint in front of IC, and this particular complaint of sexual harassment should be resolved by the IC as per the procedure which is given under the UGC regulations. So it is also important to know few definitions which are given under the UGC regulations, so that it will be more clear to you how everyone is covered under these regulations. So HEI here is means the higher educational institute in simple words, because here most of the participants are students, so they should understand how this higher education institute is defined. So any UGC recognized college or university where education is imparted. So you have, it is now I think clear to you, the any particular institution which is recognized by the UGC, it is known as the higher educational institute. Who is being called as the executive authority, the authority who manages or having the control over the affairs, day-to-day affairs of that particular college or institution. So he or she is responsible for managing the institution and ensuring the safety and compliance. Then who are going to be, then you have to be also, it is important to know for the student, the what do you mean by this particular term ICC. Previously it was known as ICC, but now it is internal committee. So internal complaints committee is the committee that handles sexual harassment complaints. So this is the, we can call it as the forum or platform where any aggrieved person can raise the voice and can lodge the complaint of sexual harassment in any particular higher educational institution. Employee here means anyone who works in the institution. So I think it is very simple definition. I'm not here taking too much technical under the act or the regulation, so that the session would be like more technical or the legal one. So employee here, everyone aware that anyone who works in the institution or at that particular workplace is known as the employee. Aggrieved woman is the woman who is affected by the sexual harassment. Student here is important to know about the who is the student. Student is any person enrolled in that particular higher educational institution in any mode of the study. This includes participation in on-campus, off-campus, or inter-institutional activities. So here you have to keep in mind, student is not only the particular student of that particular institution. Here you have to take into consideration any other student who is taking part in your college event. Let's take, for example, we have organized any particular social gathering or like that, or any fest, and another student is taking part in that particular event. So he also being also considered being as the student under this particular UGC regulations. So I think now it is clear to you the few definitions which are so important. And another one is the campus, how it is defined under the regulation. Now the campus or the workplace here means the place where the student or any employee or the worker of that particular institution who work or student who study, even both the students and the employees, they stay, they travel or participate in any institutional activity. So whether inside or outside the college premises, this is also important. Why I have mentioned here inside or outside the college premises, why it is not only the inside. So you have to take into consideration the your suppose, for example, your institution organized any field visit or industrial visit outside the campus. So at that time, again, your institution has the liability to deal with such complaints, and even to they have to give this protection to every particular person, so that the such particular incident will not happen. So this is the definition of campus. Workplace, it is linked with the campus only. Any work, any place we are connected with the academic or official work, including college, university, it may be an university. Even your hostel will come, hospital, if it is a hospital, medical institute, training centers, conferences, your college organized any conference at that time, it is also a workplace. Internships, obviously internships, even the transport provided by your institution. So this all the work, this particular environment or the place will come under this definition of campus and workplace. Even now, online as well as the virtual spaces are also considered as the workplace, which are linked with this particular or covered under this particular UGC regulations. Now the two other important definitions, that is the protected activity and third party harassment. So protected activity here means any particular student or employee who faced the sexual harassment files a complaint, participates in the inquiry, and supports or give the evidence in the POSH case. So here, suppose, for example, any particular girl student is the victim of that particular sexual harassment, and she raised this voice and filed the complaint. At that time, this particular environment or the incident, we can call it as that particular activity as the protected activity. So anyone again who participate in the inquiry, helps in the inquiry, as well as even help in respect of as the witness for that particular POSH case. So it will be called as the protected activity. Third party harassment here means when sexual harassment is done by an outsider. If let's take any visitor or any particular guest is coming, and stranger is coming to your institution, and this particular incident occurred. So at that time, it is called as the third party harassment. So again, your institution or the organization responsibility is there to deal with such particular complaint and to support the victim, as well as provide every kind of support to the concerned aggrieved woman or student or employee. Then, yes, I would like to show you this, for understanding this sexual harassment definition, which is given under the UGC regulation. Try to understand this sexual harassment in academic institutions refers to any unwelcome sexual behavior that interferes with the student's education or creates hostile environment. So how this is created, we will see one by one with the example and how this particular sexual harassment term is defined. Even what are the types and the forms of sexual harassment. These forms and the types, you should have the knowledge, and how to raise the voice as well as how to raise the complaint. It is important whether it is covered under the definition or not. So here I would like to show you this definition, how it is defined. Yes, any unwelcome act or behavior of sexual nature, whether directly or by implication, that violates a person's dignity and creates intimidating or offensive environment. So this sexual harassment definition, see, it is defined under the Act, any unwelcome act or behavior, any one of the following, that is physical contact and advances. Here is the simple meaning of this physical contact and advances as means unwanted physical touch or closeness with the sexual intent. Suppose for example, any person coming too close and let's take, for example, patting on the shoulder, or coming too close to any particular girl student or woman employee, or particular any male student, because this act is gender neutral. So here you have to take into consideration that is unwanted physical touch or closeness with sexual intent is the physical contact and advances. Next is the demand or request for sexual favors. Here is the clear-cut meaning, that is when sexual favors are demanded in exchange of academic or professional benefits, because we are talking about the UGC Regulation 2015. So here you have to link this particular sexual harassment with the It may happen in any particular institution or campus or workplace of that particular institution. So let's take, for example, I have quoted many examples further, but yeah. So here the meaning of demand or request for sexual favor is nothing but if any particular professor or any lecturer is demanding, for example, meet me today and we will have a coffee. And in exchange, he's saying that I will give you good internal marks. So this is nothing but the sexual favors are demanding when sexual favors are demanded in exchange of any academic benefit. Sexually colored remarks, everybody, I think participants are aware, any comment or joke or remark with sexual meaning, as well as any comment or statement with respect to any body or the outer appearance of any particular person with sexual intent. This is important. So if it is made, then it is also covered under the definition. Then next is the showing pornography or sexual content by way of sending messages or by way of sending videos. So this is nothing but the circulating sexually explicit material without consent. So if it is done by any person to any another person, then again it is covered under this particular UGC regulations under the definition of sexual harassment. The next is any other unwelcome physical, verbal or non-verbal conduct. So this is very important here. Any behavior that makes the another person uncomfortable or unsafe at that time, it will be definitely going to be covered under this sexual harassment definition of UGC regulation. So here everything see under this we have seen the physical and verbal. If anyone made any comment to another person with sexual intent, it will be under verbal. If anyone is coming close and like making another person uncomfortable, and for example already we have seen. So now what is important is non-verbal conduct of nature is also covered under this definition of sexual harassment. So here what will come? So non-verbal is here means this the sexual even the facial gestures with sexual intent. So this will also come, because it is not will be covered under the physical and verbal. So this is the another form of sexual harassment, as well as you have to have the knowledge of what do you mean by the hostile environment, as well as quid pro quo, the sexual harassment type of this particular which is defined under the UGC regulations as well as POSH Act. So what do you mean by these two different terms, the hostile environment and the quid pro quo sexual harassment type? So there is a slight difference. First one, if you see, I have mentioned on this particular slide, the hostile environment or the hostile sexual harassment is the type of harassment which includes behavior that creates fear, humiliation, and discomfort to the particular person. So even there is no direct demand or physical contact or any statement is made. So when someone behavior makes the campus or any classroom or any workplace, or even for example the hostel or your canteen for the students unsafe, uncomfortable, at that time it is known as the hostile environment and hostile environment type of sexual harassment. So in class, let's take for example, any teacher is repeatedly making comment on the student behavior, the dressing, body or looks. So at that time, it will be covered under this one of the type of sexual harassment. Then what do you mean by the quid pro quo here is the when person, already we have seen that when person in authority demands the or expects the sexual favor in return for the institutional benefits. So here I think it is visible to you. A faculty members when says that meet me in private and cooperate with me, I will give you good internal marks, or I will give you good grades in your exam. So this is nothing but the exchange of benefit when with sexual intent. It is covered under the quid pro quo sexual harassment type, and obviously the concerned person can lodge a complaint, the sexual harassment complaint in front of ICC. Next is complaint. Already we have seen the objective as well as the aim of the act, the regulations, as well as the definition part. So now the to whom the complaint has to be made and how many days, the time limit is already defined under the regulations and the POSH Act. So this is important from students' point of view as well as the other participants also. So try to understand whenever such particular incident happened in any particular workplace or campus, because we are discussing with respect to higher educational institute or any institute or any organization who is imparting education. So at that time, the aggrieved person must file a written complaint with the ICC within 3 months of period of time. Generally, the only 3 months time is firstly given to the victim to lodge this particular complaint, but this time limit can be extended to further 3 months for if there is a valid or justifiable reason which is given by that particular victim. If the complaint cannot be written, the ICC shall assess the particular victim to lodge this particular complaint in written form. In cases of physical or mental incapacity or death, the complaint may be filed by any particular relative or friend or colleague or co-student, as well as any other the member of any association or any associate on behalf of the victim. So this is the very important provision in both the acts, which is given both the UGC regulation also and the POSH Act, which is given the what we can call it as the relief which is given to the victim. So next is the IC composition, because every time we are using this word, the ICC and the IC. So this is the forum or platform where any aggrieved person can lodge the complaint. So you must have this knowledge of how it is constituted. If it is not there, you have to ask to your authorities where this IC is, who are the members. What is important here, it is important for the institutions as well as the organizations to publicize the details of the IC. I have seen many organizations, they have just kept this particular IC as well as the composition or the members just they have this record only. But what about the displaying the IC committee members' name, their contact number, as well as the email IDs? So this is very important from the student point of view or anyone who works in that particular organization or institution. So here IC is the it is important for every organization as well as higher education institution. They must have this internal complaint committee, which is see in both the regulations as well as the act. It is written that this particular IC should have minimum 4 members. So presiding officer, a senior woman faculty member should preside this particular committee. There must be 2 other faculty members who have this knowledge of gender sensitivity as well as the student. They are working in the interest of student welfare. Even 1 non-teaching employee minimum should be appointed by the institution, and 1 external member from any NGO or legal background who has this particular knowledge of the sexual harassment as well as who is working in the interest of human rights. And lastly, student representatives. 3 student representatives are needed to in this particular IC committee for educational institutions particularly. So how this IC should be constituted by the institution, this is also important. And members, including the presiding officer, should be appointed for a term of only 3 years. This is again the authorities, they are making or committing mistakes, or they are not revising, they are not again the freshly constituting the IC committee after the expiry of that particular 3 years of period of time. Next is, what does this IC is going to do, or what are the functions of IC? So IC here is going to receive the complaints of the sexual harassment. They are going to conduct the fair, this word is very important, fair and confidential inquiries, follows the principles of natural justice. They should give the fair chance of participation and presentation by both the parties, that is the respondent as well as the complainant. Recommends the action to the executive authority. They have to make one report on the basis of, they should have these findings and recommendations based on the procedure which is followed by them under the UGC regulations. then they have this responsibility of protecting the complainant from victimization or retaliation. This is very important. Generally, this happens whenever any person files this complaint of sexual harassment, the victimization starts. So the promotes the awareness and the prevention activities is also one of the role or function of the IC. So I think it is clear to you this IC how it is going to work, or your IC should work in the interest of providing safe and unbiased hearing. Even they have to complete the inquiry. I will show you the procedure which they follow to conduct the inquiry. So again, they have the responsibility to submit the report and recommendations to the executive authority, and their responsibility is to support and have the safe, respectful environment at workplace as well as at any campus, if it is a higher education institution. So see here what type of procedure IC is going to follow. So reporting the incident, any student or employee can report the sexual harassment to the IC, and which is to be done within the 3 months of incident. So this is important, as already we have discussed. Another 3 months will be, this particular period be enhanced by the IC committee based on justifiable valid reasons. And here it is important to lodge this particular complaint in written format. IC here should assess the particular victim or the person who have faced that particular sexual harassment. Written complaint is submitted to the IC, and with the help of supporting document, this is the duty of the, or I will say that the victim or any particular girl student, woman employee, or a male student who faced this particular sexual harassment, they should support their particular the complaint with the help of another documents or witnesses if they have, so that it will help the IC committee to find out the particular, if that particular complaint is genuine one or not. Another thing is, notice to the respondent is given after lodging this particular complaint, that is which is given under the within the 7 days of time. This is also duty of the IC to take action within 7 days. Then respondent has to respond with the written explanation about his or her reply, and with again the supporting documents, witnesses, their names within 10 days. Then next is the conciliation. Here, why I have mentioned the conciliation is optional, because here consent of the victim is important. If victim wants that he or she would like to resolve that particular matter by way of conciliation, this is another form or the procedure through which the complaint can be resolved. So it happens only if the complaint request, if both the parties are agree, and further there is no any issue with the victim. So here the conciliation does not mean that the monetary settlement. So this has to be keep in mind by both the parties. They should resolve that matter by way of conciliation. That is, for example, we can call it here as the if the victim is agree, that is the counseling session or warning should be given to the respondent for that particular sexual harassment incident happened earlier. So this can be a particular punishment which is to be which is agreed by both the parties. Then next is the inquiry by the IC. If no agreement, then the IC is going to conduct the further inquiry, and this IC is going to give the fair chance to both the parties to present their case, but time limit is which is prescribed here is they should finish that particular inquiry within 90 days. The next is here findings and the recommendations on the basis of, that is the investigation, then giving the fair chance of participation, cross-examination of witnesses. The IC must submit its findings and recommendations to the competitive or the executive authority. Here we are discussing the UGC regulations. So here your principal or director will come, the management. So the IC is going to submit this particular findings or the recommendations or report to the these particular executive authorities. Then lastly, it is the duty of your institution authority to take the action within 60 days of time period, which is prescribed again under the regulations and the act. And this has to be taken into consideration, because generally it is I have experienced this time limit is not generally which is prescribed under both the acts as well as the regulations, not followed by the authorities. Next is the what students should do here. That is, they should respect their personal boundaries and consent. Whenever they feel uncomfortable or unsafe, they have to inform to their respective, if they have any gender sensitization committee, or that particular committee should be actually named as IC only. So they should report such particular incidences to the ICC without fear. Support friends who face harassment. Generally, it is not being done. See, whenever anyone hears or see that particular sexual harassment is happening in any campus or at any the particular place of that particular working environment, so the particular person has to inform to the right person. That is, the right person here means the your authorities, your head of the departments, or the IC members, or the executive authority regarding this particular incident. Keep the records, messages, or any particular screenshots if you have faced any sexual harassment through any virtual spaces, virtual or the online mechanism. So this will support the students, victim, or the student who have faced this particular incident. Attend the awareness programs as well as the workshops, so that the you will understand. So what do you mean by the sexual harassment, to whom the complaint should be made, and what is the time limit which is prescribed. Generally, it is what is the problem here. If anyone faces the sexual harassment today and thinking to lodge the complaint after 6 months or 7 months, then it is of no use. It is time barred. So this has to be keep in mind by the student as well as the any participant who is working in any organization or any particular institution. What students should not do here: do not tolerate or ignore harassment. Do not blame the victim. Generally, it is done. We generally, we have seen that, even I have seen, generally people blame the victim. So this should not happen. Do not spread any rumors or confidential information. So you will find under the POSH Act, it is also considered as the breach of that particular one rule of confidentiality. So if any woman, any particular IC committee member or HR, the person from any particular HR department, those who are responsible for resolving such particular matters, if they violate this particular confidentiality and privacy, again there is a punishment. So this is also important to do not spread the rumors as well as confidential information. Even do not misuse the social media to harass or to even the feel shame to the concerned victim. Even do not assume the harassment is normal or joking part. This is also important. Then next is the punishment. So here you have to take into consideration the treat sexual harassment as the misconduct. The authorities have, see, every institution, every organization, they have their own code of conduct as well as they have their own service rules. So whenever there is sexual harassment, the person is guilty of committing such particular act or behavior. So if he or she is the employee, then it should be considered as the misconduct under the service rules. If it is the violation, if the perpetrator is the student, in that case, it should be considered as the violation of disciplinary rules, and your IC committee of that organization or the institution should take the necessary action against that particular harassment, whoever faced under that particular institution or the organization. Punishments under this POSH Act and UGC regulations, try to understand this POSH Act as well as the UGC regulations are the civil law, or they have the disciplinary actions. So possible actions against the respondent. What will happen if the person found guilty after the IC inquiry? Then the actions taken are as follows. So written apology letter or warning may be given to the concerned respondent. Counseling session may be demanded, which is to be attended by the counseling sessions as well as the sensitization sessions. Even the suspension or the restriction from activities. So even the termination of employment, this is with respect to staff. So this is the punishment if any particular the respondent is found guilty in any sexual harassment case. In case of student, so if any student is guilty of this committing this particular act or behavior which is covered under the sexual harassment definition and found guilty, then withholding his or her results or academic privileges or even rustication and suspension or expulsion. This is the last remedy or which is punishment which is awarded to that particular student who found guilty in that sexual harassment case. So I think now it is clear to you what do you mean by sexual harassment or what type of benefit is given to the complainant for filing that particular sexual harassment complaint, the time limit which is prescribed. Now again, it should not be considered as if there is a lack of evidence, then that particular case will become weak and complaint or case will become weak and you can call it as the false complaint. So action is taken only if the malicious intent is proved and the person found guilty. So generally in these cases, the impact matters. So genuine complaints are always protected and the action taken by the ICC. So lastly, to whom the student or that particular staff member or any particular aggrieved person going to up to whom the this particular student or staff member going to appeal. So right to appeal is also given under this UGC regulation as well as the POSH Act. So for students, if the student is satisfied with the inquiry of IC, they can appeal to the appellate authority designated by the institution. So obviously, the executive authority is the second level of grievance redressal mechanism. So this appeal must be filed within the 90 days of ICC decision. Again, the same case in case of any faculty or staff member who is dissatisfied with the IC action, they can approach the appellate authority. Again, the time limit is same, which is prescribed, that is within 90 days. See, last remedy which is available to both the parties, that is any student who has faced that particular complainant in case of sexual harassment or any particular employee or staff member. So last level remedy which is available is they can approach towards the court system. So district court or high court or the Supreme Court. So if they are not satisfied with the competent authority decision or executive authority decision, so last remedy is available there. Then next is the compliances. What type of compliances has to be done by the institution as well as your organization? Because right now we are only discussing about the UGC regulations. So they have, your institution must file this annual report. That is, your executive authority should file this annual report every year with details of number of cases pending, number of cases filed, and how many cases disposed of by your IC members. So this is the compliance which is to be done by every higher educational institution. Organize awareness programs and train the IC members as well as the students and the other staff members. So this is also one of the duty or compliance which is to be done. Regular trainings and workshops, and this should be your institution has to keep the record of all these things, and even to send this particular suction report to the UGC. So maintain all type of database with respect to all these complaints is the duty of your institution. Then lastly, what type of action or the punishment which is given to the institution or higher educational institution or any organization. Actually, we are discussing not with respect to any industry or company. Here, I have just mentioned what action UGC is going to take. If any institution is not complying under this particular UGC Regulation 2015 with respect to prevention of sexual harassment of women as well as the other staff, even the students. So here, if under the UGC Regulation 2015, any institution fails to constitute the IC, there is no IC constituted, as well as no IC members, they are addressing any complaint promptly, then there is a violation of even the confidentiality and privacy, as well as the other provisions and regulations. So they may face this strict action. So here, what are the different actions UGC can take? That is withholding the grants, funds, as well as warning letters. Even the institute affiliation can be withdrawn. Even yes, another action is very important here, declaring the institution ineligible for any further assistance. Even they can publicize or informing to the general public regarding the institution who has failed to who not provide this who don't have the zero tolerance policy towards the sexual harassment, as well as fails to have this particular mechanism and addressing such particular complaints. Even they can take action, that is already I told you, that is withdrawal of affiliation or the declaration as an institution deemed to be university if it is a university, withdraw the university status in case of university, and taking any other further action as seen fit by the UGC. So this is very important. The authorities as well as the senior staff members, those who are holding such particular positions, they must take into consideration what is the role of the IC, as well as the institution must have this the zero tolerance policy towards the sexual harassment. I have seen no institution don't have any kind of policy, or nothing is mentioned in the service rules, and even they don't have even the disciplinary rules for the students, and they fail to address particularly such particular complaints. The next is I would like to discuss few case studies. If you are aware, it is okay. If you are not aware, you can share your opinion in the chat box. So the Odisha Balasore case, B.Ed student faced this particular sexual harassment incident last year only, 2025, and this is due to this particular sexual harassment and mental harassment as well as the intimidation. The authority who has not taken any action, or the IC member of that institution, failed to address such this particular complaint of the student and not giving the proper support or timely support or redressal. Due to that, that student fired herself on fire and she died in the hospital and committed this particular suicide. So this is the incident which was happened last year only. So I think now it is clear to you what will happen if the institution don't take any prompt action. Again, everyone is, I think, aware about the Arjikar Medical College rape case. The woman doctor intern raped within hospital premises. This is so very unfortunate. So there is failure of the whole mechanism, the institutional mechanism, the grievance redressal mechanism. I see failure. The incident highlighted the unsafe workplace, and the women professionals in line duties, they are not safe in that particular institution. So here is the demand nationwide. I think everybody is aware which sparked this outrage, demanding the stronger security and institutional responsibility. Another case, again recently this case happened, and the national coach of this rifle shooting authority of India, who was alleged of this sexual harassment and assault of minor athlete. Again, the same thing here, but here what is the difference is this NRI is saying that they have started or initiated they have taken the prompt action. They suspended the coach, and investigation is going on. So again, this is not the case under the POSH Act. This is the case under the POXO Act, as the victim is the minor. So this highlighted the misuse of power and authority and risk faced by the women and minors in training environments. This I would like to just show you that if, let's take, you have faced this sexual harassment at campus or at any particular, let's take, hostel, canteen, or in your college premises. But what if you have, if any student, if any particular girl student, woman employee, or any student is facing this sexual harassment outside the premises? So here we have the other criminal laws, that is under IPC and BNS. And if you are facing such particular incident, you have to take action under the particular criminal law only. That is, if anyone is outraging the modesty of a woman, then you have to take action against these particular sections. If there is a case of, already we have seen the woman doctor raped in this RJK college, so the criminal law is applicable now. So this you have to take into mind, keep into consideration. If you are facing sexual harassment outside the premises, then the other criminal law is going to be applied. Here I would like to ask you a few questions. If you are ready, you can give me your opinion. Yes, you can give me your opinion in the chat box. Are the questions are visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, questions are very simple, and so that I can assess your responses. Now it is clear to everyone. Yes, good. For the first question, which is the body for who handles the sexual harassment complaints in colleges and universities is the ICC. Now it is IC. And the second question, ask how many months should a sexual harassment complaint within how many months which is to be filed in front of IC is the answer is the 3 months. Next question is who can file a complaint under UGC regulations, POSH regulations? And the answer I can see here, few participants, they have, for which question you have written 3. So just note down for third question, answer is dash dash. You can hear whether it is A or B or C or D. For fourth question, you can write answer is A or B or C. Yes, for third question, I think who can file a complaint under UGC POSH regulations? Any student or employee of the institution. Answer C is the correct one. For the fourth question, which of the following is an example of sexual harassment? Which one is the correct?
Actually, the screen is not visible, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Just I will. Now it is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, now you can share your response for the third and fourth one. Third already we have seen. For the fourth, the right answer is the B one, right? Yes, we'll move ahead. I would like to show you one video. Already time is up. I will take just 2-3 minutes.
Ma'am, I'm Nirmala Kar from Lady Row College. Just
Yes.
before may I please just ask a question? I'm the coordinator of Center for Women's Studies, and we have an internal complaints committee.
Okay.
And I'm the senior faculty representative of the ICC. And since all our students are women students, and we have very few, we have a number of male staff members, but no male faculty members. So
Fine.
in campus harassments so far has not been reported, but a number of students have come to us with harassment complaints that they have faced while commuting and while they're in other public places and so on. And these complaints we have addressed with the police successfully, both students, staff, and faculty
Yes,
members.
this is the thing. You have to take the action by approaching to the concerned police station, right?
Yes, we have done that. But now that students are undertaking internships, the students we have here are final year students, a number of them are final undergraduate and postgraduate students are also with us today. Since they undertake internships, now if they face any harassment complaint
Right.
in the place of their internship, is Lady Rock College eligible to address the complaint?
Yes, you can support the victim, but here primary responsibility is of that particular college where they are doing internship.
Okay, so
They
only
should
that
address.
organized. Okay,
Yes, yes.
okay. So we can only support them
Yeah,
and
you can
help them
support how to
find.
lodge
Okay,
complaint and how to raise the voice, how to make complaint in front of their IC. Okay.
okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, ma'am. Thank
And
you so
another
much.
thing is, yes, ma'am, it is important even though you don't have any male student.
Yes,
Here, this UGC regulation is gender neutral. So let's
yes,
take any
yes.
female student is facing any sexual harassment from
Okay,
any female faculty, or any male student is facing who is coming for internship. Let's take in your college and face this particular incident. So again, your responsibility to address that particular complaint, even though you
yes,
don't.
ma'am. Definitely, definitely,
Yes,
we will do that. We are
yes,
open to that, and we also have the counselor as a member of the committee, and she's also with the students when they when the complainant comes with a complaint. The counselor is very much with us
yes.
to
You should have
be a support.
counselors and counseling
Yes.
committee, and you should
Okay.
publicize this information about your IC members, contact number, email IDs, and even you can,
Yes.
yes, you can prepare any what we can call it as the messages, so that everybody will understand this is the offense or this is the crime. So sexual
Okay.
harassment, yes, so that everyone will understand this should not happen at workplace or at any campus or at any particular environment. So this will help the everyone. Another thing
Oh,
is, I would like to make, I will skip this video part again. This is the recap only. So I would like to suggest the institution, generally what institutions are doing, they are appointing their head of the department or the authorities as the members of the IC or presiding officer.
mhm.
For example, any director, any head of the department, VC, registrar, they should not be a part of the IC
The
because
senior authority, executive authority should not be a
yes,
member of KIC.
yes,
Okay,
executive
okay,
authority, the vice
okay,
principal, director, or the head
okay.
of the department, so that your IC is going to work with full autonomy. Otherwise, what will happen? The bias will come.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, that I will
Another
follow it
thing
up.
I
Okay.
have seen, this is for every authority as well as the participants those who are holding the senior position. They are just keeping this the IC committee and record only in files. What about
Hmm.
the minutes, regular minutes of meeting? What about the creating awareness among students? What about, as you are now creating this awareness, but I'm talking about the rest of the institution. Again, you have to educate your IC committee members also how to do this particular investigation. Otherwise, there will be a failure of the IC if any particular case will come in front of you, right? So how
Yes,
there
ma'am.
are yes, every time the case nature is different or the incident is different. Sometimes it may be a physical or sexual assault. Sometimes it may be a minor complaint. Sometimes it may be in any other form of sexual harassment. So how to handle it, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
yeah,
Like what happens in Lady Dock College, we have this the foundation course on women's studies. Every student has to mandatorily undertake that course.
okay,
So as part of the course, we give there is one module that wherein we give the awareness on the POSH Act and the Domestic Violence Act
very nice,
to the
good,
students. Yes, ma'am. So
very
we do
nice.
that with our teachers, and
Yeah,
but with ongoing training programs like this, and we are with the District Legal Services Authority, and the lawyers from there also come and conduct
these
awareness
sessions,
programs. Yes, ma'am.
very
Yes,
nice.
ma'am.
This is a
Yes,
nice
ma'am. Thank you.
initiative.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you so
Any
much.
other?
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question? We'll take few questions.
Students, if you have any questions, please raise your hand, or you can unmute or text in the chat box,
Yes,
please.
yes. You can text in
Thank
the
you.
chat box also.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
So this is the conclusion. The title of our session today is the respect, consent, and compliance. So now I think it is clear to you. Respect defines behavior, consent defines boundaries. So you have to draw the line or the boundary for yourself, and you have to check whether your institution or workplace is complying with the UGC regulations as well as the POSH Act or not. And if you're facing any kind of sexual harassment, then you can contact to your authority, executive authority, as well as the first platform is the IC members or the ICC.
Yes, ma'am. Gannika has a question. Gannika, can you please share your question?
Yes, ma'am. This is just a hypothetical situation, ma'am. Let us just imagine there is a harassment happening. There is a harassment happening in the public place, and the people
Correct.
around that female or that person is not reacting, or they're not supporting her, and they're just watching what is happening, or they're just moving away from her. What is the person supposed to do, ma'am? Or how can the issue be solved, or how can she act there? Could you please
See,
tell about that, ma'am?
remedy available is just to lodge this FIR with the police station, because you are facing this sexual harassment. If person X is facing harassment outside the or at public place, so there is if no one is supporting or not helping the concerned victim, the no issue, because this act is not taking here. The IC is not going to see what kind of evidence or proof you have with you. They will see the beyond the reasonable doubt. Yes, they will conduct the investigation. We are talking about the public. If it happens at public place, then the FIR and the particular victim has to file that particular complaint at the respective police station. This is the only remedy available in case of public place. If it happened in the college premises, then your IC committee is going to take the action. But if it is outside and no one is helping, so whatever you have faced, you have to give the whole information to the concerned police, and the police, you have to lodge that particular FIR with the police station. This is only the remedy available.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, any other question?
Yes, ma'am. Nirmal here.
Yes.
With respect to Ganika's question, this is like the recent issue happened in Kerala. Like, I'm not sure whether you are aware of it. It's like the 41-year-old Deepak as accused, and he just suicided himself because of that incident. Here, I could understand this girl should have complained this in the police station instead of using the social media as a justice for her. So she just spread the video in the social media, and then because of that, this guy unable to face the society further, and he just committed suicide themselves. So here, I just want to.
Can you repeat who circulated this message of on social media?
The girl, ma'am, the victim. She is
victim
like
herself was spread this particular message.
Yes, correct. She is just taking video of herself and this guy in the like they are traveling in a bus, and then she just spread this video in a social media, and she is also a social influencer. So with that video, it like everyone started reaching this guy and asking what happened. So with guilt, this guy committed suicide. This happened recently in this month only. So I just wanted to understand, like, this girl should have complained in the police instead of sending this video to.
Yes, obviously. See, this is the very sensitive, crucial, as already we have discussed. So first platform which is available, if she is the student of any college, if this incident happened within premises, then the particular IC has to take action. She has to talk with the counselor or the authority or executive authority or the IC member first. If the incident happened outside, as you said, it happened in the transport or the college bus or the
it's a public transport. Public transport.
Yes, even though it is in public transport, then already she has that particular evidence, proof with her, right? So she has to show her family members, and she herself actually, they should have approached to the police station instead of spreading this message or anything to be connected with the media or social media. So this is the mistake she has committed. So, and with because of this particular guilt, she has, I think, committed suicide. So first thing is, I advise to the student or any participant, they should talk about this harassment, any kind of harassment to their family members, their close ones, and then they have to take the proper action. Otherwise, this is the we heard about this unfortunate case. She has committed the suicide. So again, I already quoted this the Balasore case. The same thing, that particular girl faced that incident in the college, and no one supported the authorities. They also not taken action, and lastly she set herself on fire. So this is the thing. So in these types of cases, it is very important, if anyone is aware about this incident, they should help the victim. They have to report about this particular incident to the concerned authorities, to the police station. If it is outside, if it is internal, they have to the contact to the concerned right person and the authorities. This is the advice.
Yes, ma'am, understood. But in this case, the girl is still alive. She is in police custody now. The guy who was the accused, he committed suicide because of the issue. He is unable to face the society further. He was accused like he is behaving insensitive to her in the public transport. So she's a social media influencer as well. So she just spread this video across in the social media, and people started reaching this guy asking about what happened. So then he is unable to face the society and he committed suicide. This girl is under police custody now because of she spread this video viral in the social media, and she is in the police custody now, and the inquiry is going
so
on.
This is what is the problem here. Here, the girl faced the harassment, right? Again, she committed mistake in approaching the correct platform. Another thing is here, the respondent, even though he has committed the sexual harassment, the support is not being given by the particular authorities, or even we can call it as, if he is guilty, then he has to face that particular case consequences. So instead of that, he has committed the suicide. So again, this is the the help, or the what we can call it as the mental health, or as well as the what we can call it as the psychological support again has to be given to the respondent. So even though respondent is guilty of sexual harassment, there are n number of ways to have remedies are there to resolve these particular matters. So already we have seen there is a conciliation there. If it is internal, if it is not at any workplace, then she has to face the legal consequences. They should be ready. So instead of committing suicide, they should face the legal consequences. Even though the message is spread on social media, what is going to happen? If he has committed the sexual harassment, he has to accept and he has to face that legal consequence of the case. So this is generally done by the even by the victims also, even by the respondents also, because they are not aware. They feel somewhat shameful after committing such particular act or behavior, and they commit such types of they take this last step to commit the suicide. So if you heard about this incident, if you know the respondent, you should give the advice, face the legal consequence, and if the case is already, the FIR is already lodged, then he has to face the consequences. So this has to be done by anyone who is in contact. Let's say you know the respondent, and if any one other participant or student is knowing the victim, then how to give the correct advice and the support. This is also very important. It is not like that if respondent committed sexual harassment, then he lost his every kind of constitutional right to live the life, right? So he has to just face the legal consequence or punishment which is given under the act, right?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Yes,
so much
I
for
can see here
patiently.
whether it's possible to file a complaint if we face showing sexual symbol or and images in public place. Obviously, yes, you can. But there are other criminal laws to deal with it. If you have received any kind of the message or explicit material, then it will be covered under IT Act also, and under BNS and IPC also. Okay. It is possible to file a complaint on behalf of aggrieved if in case she may afraid to disclose, and I am aware of that. Yes, anyone. I already told you on behalf of that victim, any relative, friend, colleague, classmate, if you're a student, if it is any particular citizen or any particular member is facing the sexual harassment outside the college or institution or organization or industry, then we have the criminal laws to deal with such particular issues. So anyone can file this particular complaint of sexual harassment on behalf of victim if she is afraid to file or not ready because of the mental or the physical incapacity. Okay.
Jyoti ma'am, sorry to interrupt again. It's a little late, but I have one more question. This could be like helpful for others as well. So just in case, if someone has a video of someone and trying to threaten her, like if you complain, go and complain me, I'll release this video. Like that, if they are complaining, how confident they can raise the complaint, or how they confident they can reach.
They say in these cases, this is only the thing. Respondent always going to threaten the victim. Do not complain, do not raise the voice. I will show you all the details about this message, video, or everything. I will publicize this. So anyone who is aware about that particular incident, then on behalf of victim, sure, he can file the complaint.
Yeah, okay. Okay. So,
yes.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for patiently answering all the questions. And thank you so much for the awareness and such an insightful webinar. We are happy to have you with us today. On Republic Day, knowing the constitutional values and rights is very much important, both for us and for the students. Now I would request MC to proceed.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such an enlightening and empowering section. Your explanation of the POSH Act in a simplified and practical manner has truly enhanced our understanding of workplace safety, respect, and compliance. We kindly request all participants to fill out the feedback form shared with you. Your valuable feedback helps us improve and organize more impactful section in the future. As we move towards the conclusion of today's session, I now invite Ms. Akshaya Krishna Priya to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Jayalakshmi. I'm honored professor of thanks. I sincerely thanks Dr. Jyoti Munde for her valuable insight and clear explanation of POSH Act, which greatly enhanced our awareness and respect, concern, and welfare of workplace safety. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mayvich Abdul Club Association for Leaders and later College Madurai, especially the Center of Women Studies and the Department of Social Science for organizing this meaningful webinar. I also thank the organizing team, coordinators, and all participants for your valuable support and active involvement. Once again, thank you all for your time and your presence. Thank you.
Just I would like to request, can participants put on their video mode camera on so that we'll have just one photo? Anyone, those who can put their camera mode on. I can see here number of participants are more than 100. It is not possible for everyone. If it is not, then no issue. Those who can put their video mode on or camera on. Ma'am, you can take the screenshots or the photos. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Nirmal, kindly proceed with the screenshot.
Okay, fine, no problem.
Yes, I am taking it.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, done.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much for on. I think now it is clear to everyone what is the meaning of sexual harassment, to whom you have to complain whenever you are facing the sexual harassment under the POSH Act, also under the UGC regulations also. And I hope all we are going to help everyone who is facing this harassment. If you heard about this particular incident or if you see this particular type of any behavior, so at that time help the victim, and help in creating this safe, inclusive, respectful work environment and the place. So thank you very much, Maverick, this Association for Leaders, the MAKAL Association for Leaders and Redidog College for giving me the opportunity to interact with the all participants and students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Before we conclude, we would like to inform all participants that e-certificates will be shared with active participants within the next 7 days. Thank you once again to our resource person, Dr. Jyoti Munde, to leadership team, organizing members, and all participants for making MAKAL's Women Talk a meaningful and successful section. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you all. Jai Hind.